What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with a new collection for you all. I have Ethereal Lacquer's Frost collection. These are so stinking lovely. I am actually switching things up, so we're going to go through a little bit of some really awkward stages over the next few weeks on this channel. Again, I'm trying to grow it and I'm trying to do things better and always learning and evolving. So I am completely switching up how I record. So I think this is going to be better, but please bear with me while this is a new position for me to swatch in. So I promise it'll get better. Just stick with me through it, please. So let's dive right into the swatches. First up is Plumfrost. This is a deepened jewel-toned violet base with a strong pink to orange shifting shimmer. On release, this one will be 13. I was blown away by this one. It is so gorgeous in person. This has a beautiful creamy type of formula to it. It applies quite opaque on the nail, and for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. It plumps up beautifully. I went in what I consider normal for myself, which is what I consider on the medium side in terms of like application and how I load my brush. So here on that second coat, you can see it vamped out beautifully. It self-levels very well. There is a touch of a squish factor to it, and it just really, it's gorgeous. The shimmer in this is very complementing to that purple base and just really universally flattering. Now this does dry down quite flat, so I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat, which is what you're seeing on my full hand shot here, and you'll get that gorgeous glowy type of just ethereal look to it, pun intended. And next we have Everfrost. This is a sheer cool toned green base full of pink to red to copper to green iridescent shifting flakes, holographic flakes, and a subtle copper to green shifting shimmer. So don't be like me and have that party foul and wasting the goods on that first initial coat here. This definitely has the versatility to be a topper. I think it will look really cool over various types of light or even dark colored cream bases. But I think it's so gorgeous wearing it by itself. I think a lot of these really have this versatility where you can wear them as toppers or by themselves, which I think is really cool because I'm extra and I will always try to wear polishes by themselves, and I think they look so stinking pretty on their own. Now, I want to note that with Everfrost, if you stop at 2 coats, you'll see just a touch of your free edge and your smile line. I don't think it's that big of a deal. This is a bit of a purposely done sheer type of finish, but the shimmer and those flakes, it's just gorgeous. You'll see lots of color rolls from them, and again, I'd suggest finishing off with a glossy top coat. And next is Skyfrost. This is a cool raspberry base full of red to pink to copper to green iridescent shifting flakes, holographic flakes, and a sparse red copper to green shimmer. On release, this one will also be 13. So this has a very similar feel to Everfrost. It's got just a bit of that jelly-like feel with a strong squish factor on those brush strokes. It builds up very quickly to opacity, and for full coverage, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats depending on the length of your nails. This is such a lovely color. Again, a really flattering type of base color. Absolutely stunning. So the flakes in here give a ton of that warm type of color roll. So easily shifting over to that red to pink to copper and then green. You can see it at this new angle, thankfully. Again, I think that this type of angle is going to be better. I just need to master it in terms of not being so awkward with it. But I think you guys are seeing all the little details in here that I'm always talking about. So that also has a strong holographic-like effect. That's definitely going to give you that touch of a blingy feel. But the flakes in here are just so gorgeous. And next is Frosted Bauble. This is a sheer icy blue-gray base topper with red to copper to green, color-shifting shimmer, and various size holographic flakes. Now this one is intended to be a topper, but you can also wear it on its own. So I do think, again, this would make a beautiful topper, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like on its own. I personally loved it like this. Really lovely formula. It's very smooth, a touch of that squish factor, and those holographic flakes are everything. They kind of remind me of if you guys picked up her Polish Pickup shade, I think 2 months ago, Prism. It's kind of like that. It's got this really lovely, larger particle flake size holographic type feel with it. Really really wonderful. Now the shimmer here is really strong in person, and again I can see this really popping over especially darker colors, but when you wear it on its own, it's this beautiful coppery like effect with an easy shift over to green. You can kind of see it on my full hand shot here in just a moment. Really, truly, I mean, just gorgeous. This whole collection is absolutely stunning. And I did finish off with a glossy top coat once again on my full hand shot. And you can kind of see just how glowy this one is with all that shimmer and that flaky goodness. Lots and lots of depth to it. And it's gorgeous. That's all I gotta say. And next is Frosé. This is a pale rosy pink base full of red, copper to green, shifting shimmer, and large holographic flakes. This one will also be 13 on release. So this is probably one of my top picks in the set. That shimmer is just so stinking pretty. And when you build it up, it's this beautiful type of warmish sort of rosy pink shade. But even though it's warm, and I'm personally very warm to my skin tone, I still think it popped very well against me. It's just so lovely. And again, we have those larger type of holographic flakes, and they give that nice larger type of sparkling effect. So this one also dries down quite flat. So again, I'm going to suggest a really good glossy top coat to seal this one up. And for opacity, I think 2 to 3 coats will be just fine. Though here in a moment, you'll see I took it up to a 3rd coat just to see how it would look and how different it would be. You can see just how much it really plumps out on that 3rd coat. So honestly, I think 3 coats on it. It's really going to depend on your nail length, and if you have a free edge. If you are rocking those shorties, I think probably 2 coats you could probably get away with. But if you do have some sort of growth, definitely 3 coats on it. Now this, in the full hand shot, you can really see that nice color roll with that shimmer. It's just so lovely. It almost leans somewhat on the neutral side on me, but still so jam-packed with shimmer. And next is Nightfrost. This is a deep midnight navy with red, gold to green, multi-chrome shimmer, and large holographic flakes. This one will also be 13 on release. So obviously this is probably, as you guys can probably guess by now, my favorite out of the set. Beautiful opacity on it. It's very rich on application. It's got a touch of squish to it, as you can see on this first coat here. Loads and loads of shimmer action happening too. It's just gorgeous. Now, as you build it up to opacity, it's definitely going to have just a touch of a black sort of lean to it in certain lighting, especially if you're in dim or a dull type of indoor light. But in bright lights, you can see that there is definitely this navy component to it, but it's just so rich and vampy and just gorgeous. The shimmer is very strong against that base color, as you can see here, this coppery type of goldish effect that easily shifts over to green at angles. Now, this one, I'm also going to suggest a really good glossy top coat on it, which is what you're seeing on the full hand shot here. And it really allows that color roll to the shimmer to pop like crazy. And last but not least, we have Snowfrost. This is a pale ivory base full of turquoise to purple shifting shimmer and green to aqua to violet to blue shifting flakes. On release, this one will be $12.50. So this is another one that I think will be really lovely as a topper. But again, if you wear it by itself and you want to be extra like me, it's just so gorgeous too. So this is definitely going to be a sheer type of finish. So I don't think there really is a way to cover your smile line if you are wearing it by itself and you're not using a color correcting base. But again, I just think it's so pretty. This reminds me of, again, those mylar type of shreds across your nails without all the work of cutting up that material. It just wonderful. So again, on this one, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it with the notion that it is intended to be sheer. And you'll see so much shimmer goodness action happening with the flakes, with the shimmer, all of that. There's an obvious green type of sheen to it and an easy purple shift at angles. These will release November 13th at 10 a.m. Central Time on Ethereal's site. I will link that below for you guys in the description box. And for those of our friends in Canada or international, Girly Bits Cosmetics will be carrying this collection, and she will also have it on pre-order during the launch through Ethereal, so they should have dates lining up. I'll also link you guys below to Girly Bits site if you are international and you are wanting to order through that stockist. And I do apologize again for my voice. I am under the weather still, and I'm on the mend and I'm okay, but I just have a nasty cold, so I apologize if I'm sounding a little more nasally than normal. But please let me know what you guys think of the new camera angle. I think it's going to be better. Again, it's just I'm going through this awkward phase with it, in how I'm positioning my hand and myself and all of that. Lots of learning curves with me right now, but I think it's going to be better in the long run once I master it and nail it down. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.